Welcome to Deanna Reads. My name is Deanna and I read. The book I'm going to review for you today is called Madame Tussaud by Michelle Moran. This is the cover here. Is that better? And I will just start by reading the summary. This is a really long summary. The world knows Madame Tussaud as a wax artist extraordinaire. But who was this woman who became one of the most famous sculptresses of all time? In these pages, her tumultuous and amazing story comes to life as only Michelle Moran can tell it. The year is 1788, and a revolution is about to begin. Smart and ambitious, Marie Tussaud has learned the secrets of wax sculpting by working alongside her uncle in their celebrated wax museum, the Salon de Crie. From her popular model of the American ambassador, Thomas Jefferson, to her tableau of the royal family at dinner, Marie's museum provides Parisians with the very latest news on fashion, gossip, and even politics. Her customers hail from every walk of life, yet her greatest dream is to attract the attention of Marie Antoinette and Louis the XVI. Their stamp of approval on her work could catapult her and her museum to the fame and riches she desires. After months of anticipation, Marie learns that the royal family is willing to come and see their likenesses. When they finally arrive, the king's sister is so impressed that she requests Marie's presence at Versailles as a royal tutor in wax sculpting. It is a request Marie knows she cannot refuse, even if it means time away from her beloved salon and her increasingly dear friend, Henri Charles. As Marie gets to know her pupil, Princess Elizabeth, she also becomes acquainted with the king and queen who introduce her to the glamorous life at court, from lavish parties with more delicacies than she's ever seen to rooms filled with candles lit only once before being discarded. Marie steps into a world entirely different from her home on the Boulevard du Temple, where people are selling their teeth in order to put food on the table. Meanwhile, many resent the vast separation between rich and poor. In salons and cafes across Paris, people like Camille Desmoulins, Jean-Paul Marat, and Maximilien Robespierre are lashing out against the monarchy. Soon there is whispered talk of revolution. Will Marie be able to hold on to both the love of her life and her friendship with the royal family as France approaches civil war? And more importantly, will she be able to fill the demands of powerful revolutionaries who ask that she makes the death masks of beheaded aristocrats, some of whom she knows? Spanning 5 years from the budding revolution to the reign of terror, Madame Tussaud brings us into the world of an incredible heroine whose talent for wax modeling saved her life and preserved the faces of a vanquished kingdom. She's written 3 books previously that I've read: Heretic Queen, Nefertiti, and Cleopatra's Daughter, which all are about ancient Egypt, and I absolutely loved those books. I really enjoyed this book. It was a little different writing style, I think, from her Egyptian books, but basically kind of the same concept that she's it's all from Madame Tussaud's point of view, Marie, and it's kind of just everyday life for her in France before the revolution, and into the revolution, and even a little bit after. So there's that. It's very, very interesting if you're interested in the French Revolution, or you don't really know that much about the French Revolution. It's just very interesting, the politics behind it, and you can find parallels to nowadays. Their struggles. These people wanted a different life, and they felt that their leaders were not helping at all. They felt like they didn't care. So that's something that still can be found today. So it is funny how history reflects today. Marie, she is kind of straddling these two worlds. She doesn't live in a upper class area. I mean, she's not titled. Her uncle and her are just like attractions in the city of Paris. and everyday people come to their museum, as well as aristocrats. And she wants the notice of the aristocrats because her ultimate goal is to get into the Royal Academy. I think that's what it is. She wants to get in to get this prestige to bring in more customers to the wax museum. That's her ultimate goal, is to financially fit to fulfill her dreams, which is just making more wax models, and which she is very gifted for. She can sculpt your face from looking at you. I mean, there are tools of the trade. There's calipers, I think that's what they're called, calipers, to like measure like the width of your face. That's an interesting part of the book, is getting to know like how these wax models are made, the reason behind some of the wax models that they make for the museum. As I said, people come here for the news. So during the French Revolution, they'd sculpt the people from the rallies and everything, and then they'd put up like news tracks beside the figures, and people come in to find out what's going on. And later on, when they're beheading people, they wanted her to make the death mask for people, which is just horrible, reading those passages of them bringing her the head of somebody on a pike and being like, here, make the death mask for this. And she had to do it, or else they would probably send her to jail. She had to make these death masks, or else they would throw her in jail and her family in jail, and they could end up executed. So it was a very scary time. You didn't even have to be an aristocrat to be in trouble of losing your head. You could be just a normal everyday people. It was a lot like, I feel, the Salem witch trials. People could just accuse you of being a royalist. You didn't have to be a royalist. They could just accuse you of it, and you could be in jail. Very, very scary stuff there. This is a very good read about the life of Madame Tussaud. I would probably borrow this from the library. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't a love for me. But I would recommend this for anybody, any history buffs, any wax museum buffs, anybody interested in politics and that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you for watching. Keep reading. Whew.